Black Lives Matter and questions of critical race theory. So what happens when a Northwest elementary school teacher decides to stand up and say no more of this? Curtis Crosswhite is a fourth grade teacher at Thurston Elementary School, and Curtis joins me now. Curtis, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks, Lord, and thanks for fighting censorship and fighting socialism.
Well, I'm doing what I can, but tell me this. What happened to you? Would you mind describing what happened to you and why you were escorted out of the elementary school where you teach?
Well, critical race theory was introduced to the Springfield High School a few weeks ago, and there was a huge response at the school board meeting on Monday. My wife and I responded to and put a public comment on there. And then on Thursday, I emailed my school to let them have an update about what was discussed at the school board meeting, letting them know that critical race theory was discussed and that they should be aware of what the Oregon Department of Education is supporting. And I gave a link to all the public comments on the school district's website, and I also posted one public comment on there, and I said, educate yourself. And then I got a nasty email from some teachers, and then I was escorted out with 30 minutes or an hour left of school, which was a half a day on Thursday.
What did they tell you were suspended at that point?
It's a 2-day administrative paid leave.
And did they tell you to come back with a different attitude, or are they going to send you off to a re-education camp like the Cambodians used to do?
Well, we actually got an email from the district pointing us toward a conference happening this summer for white educators.
Are you a white educator?
I am, sir.
Do you have children?
I do. I have 6. And
are your children all white?
Right now.
Are your children all white?
No. They are biracial. I was married to a black woman for 14 years. I have gay children right now. So, yeah, the censorship in America is what everyone should be afraid of right now. If they can censor and silence President of the United States, they can silence any of us.
Now, the thing is, you were dragged, you were escorted out of the building. Were you even allowed to explain to your class why you were leaving?
Oh, no, they weren't there when I came back, so they don't know why from Mr. Crosswhite. But that is the blessing in the sky, though, because that's what we believe, me and my wife, as God has put us here in this position, because we have nothing to lose and we're not afraid. And that's what that's what the liberals have had in their advantage so far, is that everyone's afraid to speak up. Most Americans feel like we believe. No one thinks a child should be taught that they're an oppressor or that for their skin color or that they are being oppressed because of their skin color. We should teach all children that they can become whatever they want if they work hard for it in America.
You know, that soundbite I played just before we came on, that's a young lady, 9 years old, who chose to speak out. But it's tough to find outspoken kids at age 9, isn't it?
Well, I want to tell you, I saw the same girl on Newsmax, and I would strongly recommend anyone who loves America to watch Newsmax. And also, tell everyone else, this has to be a grassroots effort, and I believe that we can start it right here. We're having a rally on Wednesday at the Springfield District Building at 4 o'clock, and we're expecting thousands there because this is going to change America. We're going to start right here because we found some people who aren't afraid and are not going to be ashamed of who they are.
I'm talking to Curtis Crosswhite, who is suspended 2 days for his job as a fourth grade teacher at Thurston Elementary School, which is Springfield. So tell me this, are they going to tell you that you can only come back if you change your point of view on critical race theory?
Well, that's not changing. No, I haven't even discussed that with them. I really don't care about the school district, what's going on there. This is about saving America. And
I agree with you. Tell me this, though. You said they've accused you of making a hostile work environment. What did you say that could in any way, shape, or form be characterized as making your fellow employees feel that they're in a hostile environment?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We were studying U.S. states in fourth grade, and we all fourth grade teachers wore United States flags and United States stuff the last week of school, and I think that might have irritated a few people. And I've flown an American flag in the back of my truck every day of the school year.
Did you say anything, Curtis? Did you say anything in that email that said you were in some way threatening or disparaging your fellow teachers?
Oh, no. And my response to the one teacher that said something really mean was, thanks for the kind and loving words. Peace, love, respect.
I would think that would go over pretty well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I want to say this. Not since Pearl Harbor have we had a bigger attack on the Americas. And this socialism is coming. They're trying to bring it through our children. Defund the police hasn't turned out so good because that doesn't work. And now they're trying to do critical race theory, which is just another way to put socialism in our country. And too many brave American men and women have died defending our country to allow it to sneak in. My grandfather was one of those storming the beaches on France to liberate that country, and we are the ones that need to stand up now to liberate our country because it has been under attack for a year and a half, and it is time to stop it. I am going to demand or ask Joe Biden to ban critical race theory. Hashtag Biden ban CRT.
Do you think you've got a chance of him doing that? Because I get the feeling he's not going to stand up to his own party and say, I don't buy into this.
Exactly, he won't, and then we'll know exactly where he stands, and we can elect officials who stand up for America and put America first. Because when you put America first, you put minorities first. And we need to have elected officials who put America first. What's happening on our southern border is a crying shame, and the mainstream media is not telling us about it. They're hiding. The mainstream media is the devil. If we got rid of the mainstream media, there'd be no problems in America.
Curtis, have you had any support from your fellow teachers at the elementary school? Have they said back channel to you?
Oh, my gosh. Amazing support. I have former students supporting me. I have all sorts of Facebook groups. I'm not on social media. I don't like social media. But my wife is, and me and her are tag teaming this, and we are not afraid to stand up for our rights. And we're going to stand up for America because we love America. And we need to have elected officials who stand up for America. And critical race theory is teaching racism and division in our schools.
I agree with you.
That is not something we should stand for.
I agree with you, but at this point, you're putting your whole career at risk. You've been 20 years a teacher. Are you sure you're going to be a teacher in the Northwest after this fight is over?
I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed. So it doesn't matter to me.
Well, I'm glad for your students that you've taken that position because I've been asking for a long time, Curtis. I've been saying, where are the teachers? Teachers are, as a group, extraordinarily well educated. They all have bachelor's degrees, some have master's, some have PhDs. And you think all of these people are willing to let CRT indoctrination be forced down their throats? Because I'm getting emails from people who say, they're making me take training in this stuff, in anti-racism.
Everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid. You see it every day, people getting canceled because they speak up. When God's on your side and right is on your side, you have nothing to be afraid of.
Absolutely right. That's Curtis Crosswhite, who was a fourth grade teacher. He still is. They've suspended him for a couple of days. In theory, he'll go back to school in the next couple of days. Back in a moment. I'll get to your calls at 866. Hey, Lars.